Hi everybody, this is Rachel Beal from the Augusta University Writing Center, and today I'm going to be talking with you about count and non-count nouns. What are count and non-count nouns? So, as you could probably guess, count nouns are any nouns that can have a quantity attached. Anything that we can count. 1 cat, 2 drops, 5 bottles. You get the gist. Non-count nouns then are nouns that don't have a quantity or can't be counted. So this is normally, a lot of the time, things you find in your kitchen, like if we're talking about butter, milk, soccer, could say seasons, like summer in general. So these are things that you don't count. But we're going to do a few examples just to really get the idea. So we're going to start with count. So we're going to talk about the word hair. Now this can be a little confusing because if you're talking about hair as a general concept, that would be like hair, blonde hair, green hair, hair on your head, just saying having hair, that kind of phrase. You wouldn't use like an article in front of it. A lot of count and non-count nouns, their relevance has to do with how you use articles in front of them. So there will be another video on this, just specifically talking about articles, but this is kind of a foundation for understanding articles. So hair in general would have no article. You would just write her blonde hair. You see there's nothing here. That's where you normally put an article, but you don't have anything like that. You could say they have hair. Something like that. Again, like there's nothing there. And you can also notice that it's singular. It's all singular. Another thing, though, with hair, is that it can also mean, since it's a count noun, can also be a certain number of hairs. So this is like, a hair fell out of my head. That implies a quantity. A hair fell out of my head. This should be capitalized. A hair fell out of my head. This is an article, an indefinite article, so it's not specifying which hair fell out. It's not saying the hair fell out of my head, but a hair fell out of my head. Indefinite. Okay. Another example would be there is one hair on the seat. Everyone's found a piece of hair on a seat or on their food, and that would be one hair. It's a count noun. That means we can count it. So you can also say there is a hair on my seat. So that's an example of count nouns, things we can count, like hairs. But sometimes they can be spoken of in general, in which case they're singular. Like there is so much hair on the floor. It's just so much hair. There's no article. So we're going to talk about non-count. These are a little more tricky, strange. So non-count nouns, again, things you can't count. I hate soccer. In this situation, and this is not a personal opinion, but in this situation, there's no article right here. And we're not counting soccer. We're not saying 1 soccer, 2 soccer. That isn't, or soccers. It's not really a thing that you do that with. We're just talking about soccer in general. Oh, I messed up. So another common thing is to use it with like grocery items. So I need to pick up butter at the store. We're not saying a butter or 1 butter, 2 butter. I just need to pick up butter at the store, non-count. Another example would be, he went outside to get air. That's another example. So really you're going to see this a lot, like earth, water, fire, the elements. You're going to find that these are non-count. Air is non-count. So hopefully this has been helpful in explaining the difference between count and non-count nouns. And it seems a little bit irrelevant just on its own, but when we start looking into articles and article usage, it's really important to understand non-count versus count nouns so that you're always using the right article for the situation. But thank you for watching this video, and I encourage you to check out our other content on the YouTube channel, as well as just make any appointments you may need to by accessing the Writing Center page on the AU website.